The biggest fear was like if I did this whole process and I didn't end up getting my son back, what was gonna happen then?
My initial first thoughts was like, I'm not doing any of this because one, I'm not ready, and two, I'm not bringing her home to a tent on the side of the road.
I love you.
It was very scary. It's helpless. You don't know what to do.
I still was using in the beginning, and but I kept showing up. I kept showing up to the office, even though I knew I was, using, and I just was afraid in the beginning. Yeah, fear of the unknown.
It really took me to actually open up my mouth and voice that to child welfare and let them know, like, hey, you're trying to push my kid on me when I'm not even in a position ready to take her back. Did you consider that?
There's a lot of worry, there's a lot of concern as to, okay, now how are we gonna get through this and all that, and then I'm trying to think back to my first case of all the things that I did wrong and what I could have done different to make sure that, the same thing doesn't basically repeat itself. Yeah, it was really nerve-wracking to go through again.
But it was a much needed stress, and I actually enjoyed CWS progressing through. The more and more I enjoyed it, and it was just making me feel better as a person, making me feel like, oh, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
I mean, yes, as a parent, we have rights to be upset and hurt. Like somebody just came in and took our child away. Okay, stop sitting on that as a parent, stop wallowing on that, and actually start thinking, okay, what do I need to do to fix this? How do I do what is being asked of me so that my child can come back?
Of course, there's a lot of things you need to do in order to get your kids back, but it's all there for a reason, and they're only here to help. They're only here to help you get your kid back, and just hang on tight, because it is a ride, but it's definitely worth it. The best thing I can do is just continue to be a dad to my son.
Each time a family is reunified, the feeling is undescribable. I am so happy that the department, as well as the biological families, and especially for the children, are reunited as a family. And here in Hawaii, Ohana is everything. It's everything. Because of an event like this, it makes me want to continue to do this work. It makes me want to continue to walk through the doors. If we can just reunify one family, it's worth it. Well, National Reunification Month is important because it recognizes the efforts of biological families being successfully reunified with their children. So if there's an opportunity for us to support children being reunified with their families, that is the reason why I believe I continue to do this work. So for this year's 2025 National Reunification Month, we are honored to celebrate and recognize the Baldwin, Kim, and Pacheco family. We are so happy to honor you this year as our National Reunification recipients. You've worked hard. You deserve everything that is being recognized today on your behalf.
the journey, just being able to wake up and see my son's face every morning. And I still get shell-shocked from that every morning.
I feel very accomplished because, you know, my priorities back then are so different from my priorities now. Just, it's all about making memories and, you know, replacing the time that we didn't have with them to making better memories that kind of overpower the thought that we weren't there.
It really means the world to me because I've never been this successful in anything, ever. I mean, I grew up from the age of 12 till just 4 or 5 years ago using drugs on and off, and that was my whole life, right? Drugs, crime, bad relationships, bad choices. And within the last 5 years, I've learned to make so much better choices that have put me into a place in life that just I never thought possible.
You know, there was one thing that I had to change, and that's everything. You know, because the way I was living before I got involved with CWS wasn't the right way. I'm proud of where I'm at. You know, I'm grateful to be a dad and, you know, to be clean. And, you know, I know being a father, that journey's never gonna stop. Like, it's an ongoing change, you know, process, and, you know, I'm grateful that I get to do that.
To those that are navigating our system, it will not be an easy journey. I would encourage you not to give up. Your children are relying on you, and we as a department are here to support you.
I guess my biggest advice would be, you know, give it a shot. You know, I can't see the future, but I know for today that there's hope. You know, there's hope for me and Josiah, and I know things are gonna get better.
It makes it a lot harder
Yeah.
when you're sitting there saying, I'm not like this, or, you know, why is this happening to me? And it, like, everyone has their reasons. Everyone has their reasons as to why they came into it.
Keep an open mind. My biggest suggestion is to speak how you're feeling and be real with yourself and your situation.